Hi there, I hope you're doing well. I'm going to be going through a sample session note to show you how each and every session note should look. If you have any further questions, of course, reach out. We're here to help and guide you through the system. I am going to share my screen and we will go through a session note together. When you hit on the session in your calendar and you click new to fill out a session note, this is a screen that pops up. So the therapist name gets pulled up automatically and time in and time out gets pulled up automatically as well. We scroll down to clinical information. Clinical session type by default comes up as assessment. You always choose adaptive behavior treatment. That is the only session type that you should be choosing. No matter what type of session it was, whether it was a supervised session or not, you're going to choose adaptive behavior treatment. Status, we want to change from in progress to ready for review so that I can see it on my end. Patient agent provider name gets pulled up automatically. Telehealth platform used, if you are a therapist that provides therapy through telehealth, you are going to choose the form of telehealth that you use. Otherwise, you're going to leave it as none. Who attended the session? It is crucial that we have every person who attended the session down. So of course, we always need a patient and a behavior tech, which is you. And then most likely you are doing therapy in your client's home. We want to see either parent or caregiver. If you're in a daycare, that would not be the case. And if it's a supervised session, we want to see BCBA as well. If there's someone else there, for example, a neighbor or a cousin, you can hit other. Over here by the line other, it says write full name of anyone who attended the session other than patient, BCBA, behavior technician, or parent. This is just to help guide you. So either you are going to be writing neighbor, if there was a neighbor there, or you're going to delete it and leave the line blank. Note if there was a pause in services, yes or no. Explain why there was a pause. Obviously, only if you answered yes, will you choose one of these options. If you chose other, then you would write here what that other reason was. Was the client peered, yes or no? In general, all clients are peered unless it is a new tech with a new client. The answer may be no. Barriers to progress, were there any barriers to the client's progress today? Either none, or medical, environment, or new staff. Maladaptive behaviors displayed, either none. Again, please choose the option none when you scroll down because otherwise it shows up blank. Let's say the client displayed mild maladaptive behaviors. So over here where it says describe the maladaptive behaviors, you are going to delete this text and you may write hitting or spitting or whatever mild behaviors the client displayed. But if you choose none, then this should be empty. Novel behaviors observed. Did you notice anything new that your client did? So no, today my client did not show any new behaviors. So by provide details, I'm going to delete the instructions. External environmental factors, was there anything that affected the session? For example, lack of sleep, the client is sick, the client had a hard day at school. So today was none, so I'm going to delete this. Now, yesterday, let's say it was mild, I might say client had a hard day at school. Client mood. What was your client's mood throughout the entire session? Now, we always want to see a minimum of 3, but more than 3 is always welcome. There should be at least 3. Strategies used. What strategies did you use throughout the session? Please select all strategies. For example, you used DTT and you used least to most prompting and you used social skills training and whatever other strategies used, please select and move over. Reinforcers used during this session. What did you do to help keep your client engaged? What did you do to keep your client going and keep working on the targets that you wanted to work on? So we always want to see verbal praise. And aside from verbal praise, we want to see maybe you got the iPad, maybe a video game, maybe a token board, whatever it was that you used to keep your client going. Primary targets addressed, which targets, which programs did you run throughout the session? This is an example. We don't want to see this. Maybe you worked on yes and no prompting. Yes and no prompting. Maybe you worked on showering. Maybe you worked on answering questions. Whatever it was that you worked on, we want to see the targets and their scoring. Summary of the session, we want a full 2 to 3 lengthy sentences that describe the entire session, the specific targets that you worked on, how the client reacted and responded to each of those targets, what was the client's mood throughout the session, and overall, how did the session go? Plan, continue treatment as scheduled for next session. We always leave concerns for BCBA. If you have any concerns, then you'd add it in here. Otherwise, you're going to delete. Once you are done that, you hit save. Once you hit save, we come to this screen, which is the detail page. This shows you what you chose. So we have everything here. The client was peered, there were no maladaptive behaviors displayed, and all that. Now, your next step is to sign and approve the session. So you are going to go up here to approve session. And I'm going to share a different screen. This is what pops up. This screen pops up. It says display name. Okay, we have the client's name. Approval type is student representative. This is the parent's signature. So the parent's going to write their name and they're going to sign, and then they're going to hit save. Now the last step once the parent has signed the session note, you are going to go back. I'm going to share my screen. You are going to go back into the session. You're going to do approve session again. You're going to go this time. You are going to choose therapist. You're going to sign with your name. And you're going to sign here. You're going to hit save, and then you are done on your end. Again, if you have any questions or anything else, then please let me know. Otherwise, please go back and make sure that every single session note that you submitted looks exactly like this, and let me know when that's done. And hopefully moving forward, it will be easier to fill out the session notes. Thank you. Have a great day.